automotive.
Two dumb blondes and a Penske.
Two dumb blondes and a Penske.
And then
We're cruising up this hill at a national park. It's beautiful. In our 12-foot road.
It happened to be free today, so we got some good karma for all the bad that's been happening to us lately.
We
Otherwise,
deserved redemption.
it would have been $30, which is low-key kind of expensive, but I guess it's a national park. But like, so we stop up to the sign and we're just sitting there for a good 5 minutes, like not 5 minutes, but like 3 minutes, just being like, do we want to do this? But how do we turn around at this point? And then like, we roll up to the lady and we're like, we don't know what we're doing. We just randomly showed up here. And then she's like, well, lucky for you, today it's free. And we're like, we gotta go, I guess now.
Yeah, might as well.
But we like just look so ridiculous that we're in a Penske truck going up this mountain.
Speak your truth.
I just want to say that look at how beautiful this is. But first of all, if Kate was driving right now, I'd literally be pooping my pants. Not because she's necessarily a bad driver. I'm
not.
Control freak.
Yeah.
And I cannot have someone else in control of my life. So many cars coming.
Well, they're gonna have to go extremely slow because they're following our lead. But yeah, it's gorgeous. More clips to come.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever.
We're looking real wild in this Penske driving through this thing. I haven't seen anything else like it, but you know, we're unique.
We like to be different. We refuse to get out and hike, so we can only get so many views, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I think it would definitely be worth it to come another time and see what else is up, because there's tons of trails everywhere. Beautiful.
Okay guys, so I'm editing the video and I understand that the volume and the sound is just so bad. My phone's broken, 1, and 2, we had it in this like car holder that was connected to the truck, and so it made like a noise the entire time. Yeah, so we're in a buses only part right now, but I would consider us a bus. There's an RV. We're not the only one.
They would also be considered a bus.
Oh, someone's coming in. We're leaving. I almost ran over that curb too.
Is he like security?
Yeah, he was security. He was coming after us.
Yeah.
He probably heard me because the window's open too. Yeah, so we just got yelled at as well. So I'm literally videoing and I'm like laughing that we're in a bus only spot, and then in my rearview mirror I see this suited man in a vest, an orange vest, coming our way, and I'm like, oh no. And the windows are open so he can hear me literally vlogging. And then I go, we're leaving! I'm pretty sure we're the only people out here in a moving truck going...
The absolute audacity of us to take a moving truck.
Bright yellow.
So, should we explain our yesterday situation?
Right now? I guess.
Okay, let's just do a short version. Basically, we're cruising along yesterday, everything was fine. All of a sudden, we're in the mountains of Colorado. Yeah. It's very, very mountainous. It's very, like, twisty turns and, like, sharp corners and really just sharp ups and then sharp downs.
Preface. Kate is driving.
Yeah, let's get that on the way.
So, understand that I'm tweaking.
Understand that Nicole's a psychopath, and she needs to control everything. And so I'm driving.
When it comes to my life, yes.
Okay, shut up. So when I'm driving, I'm like going too fast according to her personal specifications. She's like yelling at me to slow down. We're having like a bit of a squabble. But then, so finally I do slow down because she's like really freaked out about going up and down these hills too fast, which I do understand. So all of a sudden we start to hear this noise in the car when we're going downhill, but I'm going very slow at this point, like 30 to 35 miles per hour. So we pull over, we're not really sure what the noise is. I thought it was just maybe like the wind against the vehicle. I thought it was something not to stress about. She jumps to worst case scenario. She's like, the engine's gonna blow up, like freaking out. So we're like, okay, let's just like, we let it rest for a second, get off. Keep in mind, these places that we're getting off the road, we're on corners of these mountains that people are whipping down so fast. And we can't find the hazard button on the Penske truck, which we did later find. It's like on the back of the steering wheel. But, so that was stressful too, because we couldn't notify people that we were going to be going slow, and sometimes people can't like gauge the speed of the vehicle, and we were scared someone was going to hit us. Anyways, we try again, it's still making this noise, we pull off. At this point we're freaking out, calling her parents, trying to figure it out. End of the day, it was really scary. The truck was making a revving noise to the point where we were afraid the brakes weren't going to work or something was wrong with the engine. And then we found out it is just a normal noise that a truck sometimes makes when you are doing those like really steep downhills, because there's a ton of weight in this truck.
As my mom said, they make these trucks for dummies, aka two dumb blondes in a truck, or in a Penske. So like,
Get it right.
it changes gears on its own.
Yeah, it was shifting into a different gear without our knowledge, and that's why it was making that noise. So it was something that was supposed to happen. So then we finally arrive at the hotel we're staying at, and we're like just emotionally exhausted from this. We walk into the lobby, and
Gem of a soul.
yeah, we did find a gem who was trying to find us parking because we couldn't fit in the parking garage because we're too big. And he literally ran. He was like, oh, like just follow me, I'll bring you to the parking spot. He doesn't talk like that. I don't know why I did that. And so he just like trots over to this spot, and we're like following him in our truck. Turns out there were no spots there.
It was not a trot, he was sprinting.
It was so funny.
We cranked down the window and he's like, oh, sorry, I just...
I'm out of breath. We're like, we know, we saw you just sprint. And then, long story short, he ended up valet parking our freaking Penske truck in the very front of the lobby of the hotel. I think he could just tell that we had quite the time and we just needed to be there. This is 10 p.m., like it was late, and then we walk in the lobby and there's just a drunk yelling at the receptionist lady, and we're just like,
Cherry on top.
Can we just get in bed? Can we just go to sleep? And so anyways, we're fine. It ended up fine. It could have been a lot worse for sure. We're on our way out. We're going to Flagstaff next, which is where I go to school. Gonna pick up what we can of my stuff to move me out, even though this truck is basically full, and we'll show you guys literally how full this truck is. And yeah.
Sorry.
No, these are the arches that we came for.
Yeehaw! Kate was just driving over there thinking it was the lane.
I said, is this a lane?
And I said,